So at the time of this being posted, we are a matter of hours away from the release of Wrath of the Lich King, and this is going to be the final blog update before Wrath actually launches, where I can just tell you about my prep plans, what I've got done, why I'm still prepping, and at the moment of recording, it's 10:30 at night, and I've probably got a good 5 or 6 hours left to put into the game before I can officially log out and know that when I log back in for launch, I'm in a good place. Let's break it all down. So as you can see, I'm in Karazhan at the moment, and I've been farming Karazhan for 2 reasons. Soloing all of the trash for the reputation, just for the hand-ins, but also for the amount of gold per hour that I'm actually getting in here, which has been crazy. To say that the actual gold-making method of it, that wasn't really the intention, if I'm honest with you. I was just doing it so I don't need to worry about getting a group. I just solo all the trash, get the rep, and anything else is a bonus. But it turned out the actual route I was doing, which I will just briefly talk about during this video anyway, it worked out really well for both gold and rep. Now, it's worth also mentioning at the end of this video, I'm going to be announcing the 2 winners from this video up here for the heroic upgrade key. 3 of them have already been given out on stream, and we're going to put a little video out about that actual experience from the challenge that we done, which was brilliant. It was fantastic. So if you did join the live stream and get involved in that giveaway, thank you. And if you didn't get involved and wonder where I live stream, twitch.tv/Scottejaye87. Come give me a follow. But first of all, let's briefly break down everything that I've done in preparation and why I'm still in Karazhan. So I'm soloing rep, but actually I'm practically done now. I'm only a couple of thousand away from Exalted, but I'm still just farming some gold in here, just from raw trash drops and everything else that you get. So at the moment, going into Wrath, on my main character, I've got 24k, well, 24.5k nearly. By the time I've ended all this, it probably will be 24.5k. And then on my bank character, I've got 16k set aside, which was actually the primary goal. My whole goal during the pre-patch was, of course, for my main to have epic flying, dual spec, all the basic stuff that you would expect, get a bit of gear. And then obviously I also wanted to have 16k sat on an ult so I can get my Traveler's Tundra Mammoth, the repair mount instantly. So I've actually got 24.5k there just banked because I've already got on a separate character the gold for my Mammoth. So happy days. And that is partly down to things like the Mithril Ore video that I put out recently. So if you're thinking how to make some gold even during Wrath of the Lich King, because I mark my words, so many people are going to be re-rolling things like jewel crafting and engineering, that actually this Mithril Ore farming video will serve you very well even throughout Wrath. So a lot of my gold is thanks to that, and obviously thanks to the big gold video that I done recently, or just over a week ago now, where I actually spoke about Rested XP and the Rested XP Gold Assistant. If you haven't seen either of those videos, check them out. The big gold one with a Rested XP Gold Assistant, flipping, gems on the auction house. That is probably, I'd say, the biggest contributor to the amount of gold that I've got. In regards to quest preparation, as in for the 70 to 71 hand in, I've gone a little bit away from the norm. So I've just gone for the quests that I know are going to give big XP, and they're in a reasonable travel distance of where I want to hand in. But we have actually got summoners set up and mage portals and all of that good stuff ready for launch as well. But the basics is I wanted to have as many dungeon quests as possible. Obviously things like Karazhan handing in the ring quest and then constantly upgrading it. I did do a little bit of a wrong one by handing it in once, which was just purely by accident, so I'm going to lose out on a bit of XP, but whatever. I've got both the vial from Vash and KT ready to hand in, and I'm exalted with Scale of the Sands, so I can repeatedly hand in to get the Scale of the Sands rep ring as well, which is going to be a big chunk of XP. And then if we look in my bank, you can see the amount of quest items that I got sat there, things like Arakoa Feathers to be able to hand in, Medivh's Journal, which is a quest outside Karazhan. I've still got things like the Ominous Letter because I am handing quests in all the way back at Hellfire anyway, so that's cool. It's just extra free XP because I am going to be handing in like Magferidan's Head there as well. I've got the Verdant Sphere from Kalfas and just basically lots and lots of quest items ready to go. So quest prep wise, I don't expect a full level. I think if I get just over half a level, I'll be happy with that because 1.5 million XP worth of quest prep, that is actually a lot, and it's more than I anticipated. Like, the amount of stuff that I would have had to have done, which would have taken away from other things I was doing. So obviously, making gold was quite a big priority for me, especially with it being a fresh server. So if I was to have been doing things like Neverwing and, all AV grind and all of that for all of that extra XP, it would have then taken away from the gold that I've got. So I think I'd rather take a hit on the amount of XP, but have the gold in the bag. Because what we're actually intending on doing is we're leveling as a trio in Wrath, myself and 2 other Paladins. I'm going to be the prop paladin, and we're going to have 2 rep paladins, and we're just going to cleave our way through UK and then onto other dungeons, obviously. But we're literally going to do 70, at least to 77 until we can fly, and we're just going to do it purely in dungeons with 3 of us, and we're obviously just cleave machines. At this moment in time, I've still got many hours to sit and wait before I can go and get the Brewfest buff, but I will absolutely be logging out with that. So if you haven't already got your Brewfest buff ready, which is 10% extra XP, if you haven't got that stacked on your character, logged out AFK, ready to take advantage of it, obviously make sure you go and get it. I'm quite annoyed because I've been doing the Brewfest boss every single day and yet to get one of the mounts. So that's something that I'll continue to do even during Wrath, just going back, doing that boss 5 times a day just to try and get a mount, because I've seen it drop, but apparently the rolls are just not with me. So my next step in terms of preparation is once I've just finished the last bit of rep off that I need for Violet Eye, so I've got them big quest hand-ins from the ring, is obviously to clear my bags out, sell all of this stuff that I've got, just get rid of it all, and then I'm going to be stacking up on consumables, so lots of mana potions, so I can chug those back-to-back between 70 and 71. We've already got some invisibility potions, so we're going to need these for a specific point in UK, and there is actually a point in Old Kingdom. When we go to Old Kingdom, we're going to use a few as well, but we don't actually need many of them because we've been practicing on the beta, exact route, how we're going to do it. And obviously, things change a lot between 70 and 71 as a prop paladin. So if you don't know, once you get to 71, you're going to get Divine Plea and Seal of Command, which just, you all of a sudden, it feels like you're playing a different class. You go from being just a really tanky tank to being a DPS that tanks. Like literally, the damage just goes up exponentially and your mana problems disappear. So I'm going to stack up on consumables. I'm going to get loads of water, stacking up on things like consecrated sharpening stones for when we're actually in Old Kingdom, because they're pretty much all undead. I always try and give you a bit of an achievement update as well, and on the basis that the Brewfest achievement is actually part of getting the 310% speed mount, the Violet Proto Drake, it's worth touching on. I'm still missing a couple, so for Brew of the Month Club, I still need to get another 15 tokens, which obviously I'll get a reset tomorrow. I can join the Brew of the Month Club, and then obviously this will be done because Have Keg will travel. At the moment, I'm still holding off, hoping that I get one of these mounts, which it's kind of inevitable. I'm going with the same group pretty much every day, so hopefully I will get one, but if not, I'll just buy the Brewfest hops to be able to transform it. And then that will be the first one ticked off of what a long, strange trip it's been. When it comes to gear, not much has changed since the last update. The only thing that really has changed, I think, is I got the neck from BT, which is, it's decent. It's not amazingly, big of an upgrade, but still not too bad. All my other gear is still pretty good. I'm not sure if I actually had the Twins cape, but the Twins cape, due to the expertise, is very strong, even going into the heroics during Wrath. And very little else has changed across the board, but still a solid set of gear to carry me through until around 75, 76, when some of this might start getting replaced. There will be bigger updates when it comes to the weekly blog. I call it a blog, but I suppose it is really, we're just talking about me, well, my progress, so I suppose it is a blog, but a bit of an in-game blog. But there'll be bigger updates on a weekly basis during Wrath when we're talking about upgrades that I've got that week, why I've got those upgrades, achievements that I'm getting, because I'm going to be no life in Wrath. I've been no life in the pre-patch, but every episode of this blog so far has seemed very similar because it's constantly talking about how much gold I've made, what pet I've got, what mount I've got, you know what I mean? It's been very samey, whereas when it comes to Wrath, I'm going to be branching out and doing weird and wonderful things that you might not expect me to do, but we'll get to that, obviously, as the weeks unfold. But for now, let's do the giveaway. So if you watched the last video I put out and you commented on the video, you're in for a chance of getting the heroic upgrade key. So we're just going to do that live now. So if you didn't comment on that video, you might not really be bothered about watching the rest of this because that's all it's going to be. So all I'm going to do is just paste in the video link to the actual video from yesterday, and then we're going to filter duplicate users. So if you thought you was going to be clever and comment on the video multiple times to get multiple entries, that's not going to work. So for both keys, as long as the comment that is randomly chosen by this tool is what you are most excited about when it comes to Wrath of the Lich King, you'll win the key. If it's something like saying great video or bad video or you're rubbish or you smell or whatever, that doesn't count. The comment has to tell me why you're excited about Wrath. So hopefully both that get chosen are telling me what about Wrath they're excited about. Let's find out. So we'll just do this quick verification process, which is 8 plus 2, which was 10, I believe. And now it's fetching all the comments. So there was a lot of comments on this video. 1.5k still rising, 1.8, 1.9, 2, 2.1. All of a sudden, I feel like a commentator at horse racing. And the amount of unique comments is nearly 2.8k. So the chances of winning are slim, but it's still, you've got to be in it to win it. So we'll start, and the first winner of the key is Ian McKelwee, who said, can't wait to progress through with a whole real server. Classic, I was in the military and TBC I had to take a large break. On top of that was a dead server, so can't wait to see the Zerg. Congratulations, mate. Get in touch with me on Discord and I'll tell you how we can do this cross-verification process to make sure that the key is actually going to the rightful owner. Right, I just had to screenshot that. So we're going to pick another winner. So for the winner number 2 that's getting the heroic upgrade key is going to be Thomas Space. As an ex-private server player, I'm looking forward to playing the game as it was designed. No estimates of drop rates or boss mechanics, and legit want to see how much better, if at all, is the game run by Blizzard compared to a few dudes in a basement. I feel ya. That's from one private server player, ex-private server player. I don't do that anymore. But anyway, from one to another, yeah, I hope the same. So congratulations, mate. So Thomas, you've got yourself a key as well. Get in touch on Discord. So Discord link in the description below. You'll see me at the top on the right. Just, drop me a DM and we'll sort your key out. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, roll the outro.
There's lots of ways you can support the channel to keep me here putting out World of Warcraft content and covering all future MMOs. Consider joining the channel as a member. You get access to emotes. Everyone will know you're a member when you comment on future videos because you get a nice icon next to your name. And you get access to members-only videos, which I'll be putting a lot of on the channel throughout the year. Additionally, there's a Patreon link in the description as well. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.